cooking school. I'm here at Holiday Market celebrating the chef in you. We're doing different tips and tricks for all holiday meals, and the thing we're going to do today that I'm very excited about is teaching you how to truss and stuff a turkey. We're going to do it today on a chicken. It's the exact same concept, everyone. It's just a little easier for me to maneuver on camera, but we're going to stuff it, spice it, salt it, truss it the exact same way. So I have here in front of me a chicken. First and foremost, food safety, everyone. Make sure you're wearing gloves if you're handling any sort of raw meats, and it's on a cutting board all by itself because this has to be sanitized. Make sure that you're never rinsing any sort of meat under cold water. It's actually a very dangerous thing to do because you're splashing potential foodborne illness or disease, if it's there, everywhere. So we want to make sure to keep it contained and just simply pat it dry a little bit with paper towels. Also keep in mind, if you run it under any sort of water, you're really not doing anything. The only way to kill foodborne illness is to cook something like a turkey or a chicken to 165 to 170 degrees. So get out those digital thermometers. So first thing we're going to do is make sure that we salt and pepper very generously. So I have my bird right here. Be cognizant of cross-contamination. I'm going to be using one hand to handle the bird and the other hand to handle the salt. So I'm going to take salt and very liberally put salt everywhere, all over the front, the back, and the cavity. Now the salt that we use here in most professional kitchens and here at Holiday is Diamond Crystal Kosher salt, and you need a lot more of it than you're used to cooking with. It's a very, very forgiving salt, so that's why you see me putting a ton in here. If you're using sea salt, you're really going to use not even half of what I'm using. All right, salt everywhere. I'm going to take some pepper. This is fresh ground pepper, so I'm going to be a little more modest about that. And then we're going to take a spice mixture. So I have over here a combo of coriander, a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of light brown sugar, and paprika. So right here in the bowl, I'm just going to combine it together with my other hand, and I'm simply going to press all around the chicken to adhere. This is pretty easy because the chicken skin is still just a tiny wet, even with me patting it dry. So just by going like this, it's going to adhere very nicely. Now everyone, I'm going to put this in the fridge for about 24 to 48 hours. That is going to be really imperative for a couple things. Really to get the salt and the spices into the actual bird and really let them soak in. Salt and spices are also going to tenderize. Now keep in mind, turkey does not have a lot of fat at all, and it's very tough, so it doesn't have a lot of flavor. So a lot needs to be done to it to make it taste super, super good. By letting it sit and have a long marinade, whether it's a liquid marinade or a dry rub like we're doing, is really going to help with flavor and again with tenderizing it. So here we are, we have our salted and spiced bird. This is going to go in the oven, again, in the refrigerator for about 24 to 48 hours to really let that seep in. I'll see you in just a minute, we'll learn how to stuff. Hi everyone, so I have my hypothetical turkey, aka my chicken, sitting here that has been really soaking in those spices and salt for about 24 hours. Now we are going to learn to stuff it. So we have a combination of some citrus in here, some oranges, lemon slices, and some aromatics, so some crushed garlic and some onion. It's really important, everyone, that you have some sort of acid or citrus, again, that's going to permeate the meat and really tenderize tough muscle fibers. So I'm going to take my chicken here, aka my turkey, stand it up, and open the cavity just a little bit, and I'm going to alternate everything. So I have an orange slice, I'm going to put some onion, some garlic, some lemon, and really, really stuff it all down there. You need a fair amount depending on how big your turkey is. Again, since I'm doing this little demo on a chicken, it's going to be a little less. And then I'm going to put in some really hearty herbs. So I have here some sage, it's actually from my garden this morning, and some thyme. I'm going to stuff that in there too. Really, I'm just pushing everything down in the cavity. When it cooks, the beautiful thing is it's just going to cook from the outside in, and everything's going to get nice and happy. So I have everything in the cavity. Now I'm going to take some butter, and I'm going to lift up the skin on the very top of the breast here. It comes up very easily, and you see my fingers going underneath. And I'm going to stuff some butter underneath that. There we go, right underneath that skin. Now this is going on a roasting rack that's over to my left-hand side. You have a number of options with a roasting rack. If you don't have a traditional roasting rack, you can actually just put a baking sheet with a cookie sheet over it, and it works beautifully. If you have a traditional roasting rack, it's super nifty. The rack comes out very easily, but the important part is that it catches anything that you do is going to catch drippings, and we're going to teach you how to make gravy as well. So this is going to be sprinkled with some extra virgin olive oil absolutely everywhere and put on the roasting rack. I'll see you in just a second. All right, everyone, so we're gonna take some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, or you can really do this with any oil you'd like. Neutral oil is gonna be great at high heat. I love extra virgin olive oil because it has a little more flavor to it, completely up to you. You see I'm generously putting oil absolutely everywhere on the bird. This is going to protect it from high heat, but also add some flavor to it. Now I am going to simply take a piece of butcher's twine. This is going to be great under high heat. Set the girl up again, and I'm going to cross her drumstick legs just like so. Now I am going to take the string, wrap around, and simply tie. You can do this with two people. Sometimes, as you can see, it can be a little difficult with one person. I've been doing it for a while, but two people, one person can hold, the other person can actually tie. So there we go. We're tying nice and tight. I'll make a double knot. And I'm going to trim the sides of this. Beautiful. And now I am going to turn her around. So breast side down. Tuck the wings underneath. And now I'm going to take some chicken stock. I'm going to put that stock at the bottom of whatever pan I'm using. This is going to really promote any sort of moisture around the bird, but also it's going to combine with those drippings, and they're going to be absolutely lovely for gravy. So this is going to go in the oven. The general rule of thumb is about 20 minutes for every pound of bird. Anywhere from 375 to 400 degrees. Low and slow is going to be best. I will see you soon, and we'll learn how to make gravy.